My name's Andres Amado. I'm from SEAL Team 6. I'm here to update you on the progress that we've made on Technical Report number 1. Let's start by introducing our topic. For some time now, there's been quite a bit of controversy over whether or not it's worth purchasing some type of e-reader, whether it be a tablet or strictly an e-book. While this might seem like a no-brainer for you, there are people out there that still use books as their main form of information. There is a bit of nostalgia to opening up a book and reading it for the first time. But that's not what this technical report's about. It's about whether or not the technological transition from book to electronic book will benefit all people, not only those already comfortable with technology. And that's something that we plan to research. So when our customers finish reading our report, they will feel comfortable and informed enough to make the decision for themselves. For convenience, we will cover the basics on e-reader upkeep, as well as functionality and battery life. Now that I've gotten the chance to elaborate on our objectives, I'd like to introduce you to the team. Altogether, we almost make one half-decent facilitator, but we don't. We definitely have a strength here when it comes to fact-finding and follow-through, but we could use a little more quick start. This handsome fellow right here is Tyler. He's one of the few quality controllers in the class. He's going to take lead on testing and writing the executive summary. We believe that because he's a quality controller, these tasks will fit in perfectly with his skill set. Next up we have Michael. He's a strategic planner. Because of his insistent fact finder and implementer, we plan on making him head of research and helping out Tyler with testing, photography, visiting sites in order to make this report go a lot more smoothly. Ryan here is our systemizer. Because of his insanely high follow-through, we kinda made him in charge of the grunt work. He's going to be doing all of our Excel programming, as well as finishing up our outline. But in all seriousness, his job as a systemizer is probably the most important. He needs to make sure that we get this done in a timely manner. Cameron, our system analyst, told us that graphs and figures are what give life and visualization to a report. So we told him, you know what, Cam, go ahead and do that. His resistive quick start also made him the perfect candidate to take a hold of the example equations. Now this guy right here, ooh, he's a gem. Look at that 6 quick start. Finding that in this class was nearly impossible. That's why I like to call him our wild card. Meet Dylan Card, negotiator. Because of his high quick start, we kind of made him be our idea guy. We really didn't have any other choices. We also made him the innovator, which is kind of like an idea guy, but you take ideas and you make them better. Well, I guess all that really leaves is myself. I'm Andres Amado. I'm a 7725. That would make me a strategic planner, but I like to consider myself a facilitator. What I'm going to be doing for this report is mostly writing it out, completing the ideas that are in the report, as well as doing research. I have a fairly high fact finder and a pretty decent implementer, which makes me a pretty good candidate for both of those things. Most of all, I have a decent follow through, which means I'm going to do what I say I need to do. In our initial findings, we found out that 21% of the United States read ebooks currently. That might not make sense according to this. It looks like a slightly larger number, but when you look at it, about 30% of books bought happen to be ebooks. That's not including subscription services either. But what we can see here is that hardcover books, paperback books make up for 1.5 billion of the books sold. We also found out that 46% of Americans already own some kind of tablet or e-reader. This means it would be a lot easier to get people to switch rather than have to buy a whole new setup as is. So one of the things that we're going to have to look into is translating your already purchased tablet into an e-reader and seeing how long that it's going to work for you. Another thing that we had to look into is foreseeable obstacles. Obviously, there's a lot of information out there. We don't know that all of it's going to be correct. I mean, there's tons of different e-readers. There's tablets that can be used as e-readers. There's, people trying to sell their product better than the other. So what we're going to try to do is get to the bottom line of that. We'll probably use one of the main brands to start it off. I know Kindle, for one, was kind of the pioneer of the ebook. So we might start there and then translate over to maybe the Android and the iPad market. Another obstacle we might have is age group. From about 18 to, I would say, about 45, we're all pretty technologically advanced. We all grew up with this data, maybe some of us sooner than others, but for the most part, we're all pretty technologically advanced. It's the older people that have trouble transferring to a more technologically advanced system. It's these people that we're really targeting and that we're really going for. Because I think if we were to make it easier for them to read, that they would read more and that they would spend more money and stimulate the economy in such a way. If they didn't have to go to the store every time they wanted a book or call one of their friends or sons or daughters in order to get it for them, I think they would have a lot better experience reading. So that's the progress that we've made on Technical Report 1. I hope you enjoyed my spotty editing, and thank you for watching.